Well, we begin with a Fox News alert, a new twist in the disappearance of 22-year-old Gabby Petito. The family of her boyfriend, Brian Laundrie, says he's now missing.
And this is as we get a bird's eye view of authorities conducting a search at Laundrie's home. He's considered a person of interest in Gabby's disappearance.
Carley Shimkus is live outside the Laundrie home in Florida with what police uncovered. Carley, good morning.
Yeah, that's right. Good morning to you, Pete. It's calm outside the Laundrie house this morning, but guys, it was a madhouse yesterday when police rolled up at around 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. They went right into the house, right through the front door, no knock or anything. They stayed for about 2 hours. They collected some evidence. They also searched a vehicle, a silver car that's right behind me. Everyone thought this had to do with the disappearance of Gabby Petito, but we would soon learn that it has nothing to do with Gabby, and that the Laundrie family called the police because they hadn't seen their son since Tuesday. Now there are two missing person cases, one for Gabby, the other for Brian. The Petito family making a clear distinction, though, saying in a statement through their lawyer, all of Gabby's family wants the world to know that Brian is not missing. He is hiding. He is on the run. Gabby is the one missing. Northport police releasing a statement as well, saying, we understand the community's frustration. We are frustrated, too. The Northport Police Department and the FBI have been pleading with the Laundrie family to contact investigators. Friday is the first time they have spoken with investigators in detail. Now, speaking of detail, the police released a description of Brian. They say he's 5'8", 160 pounds, last seen wearing a hiking backpack and with a waist strap. They are also making it clear that while Brian is a person of interest, he is not wanted for a crime at this time. Protesters came out in full force last night, some carrying signs, others chanting, bring Gabby home and dirty laundry, but all of them are demanding answers.
Honestly, this is absolutely crazy for him to even come back and not even say a word about anything, not even to report her missing before he come home was a shock to hear.
I think he's a coward and he needs to talk to the police and he needs to cooperate.
Yeah, so the FBI is now leading the search effort for Gabby in Grand Teton National Park, where she was last known to be on August 25th. So the search for her, Rachel, enters its 7th day. The search for Brian enters its first full day.
Carley, on that note, do authorities believe he had been there at all? Like, was he there before he left, or was that never his location, or did they not know that?
Well, I asked police, that's such an interesting question, because I asked police during a press conference on Thursday if they knew where Brian was, and they said yes, they know where Brian is, but apparently now the family is saying that he hasn't been at this house since Tuesday. So I think that him leaving this area came as a big surprise even to police. Police said that when they showed up at the Laundrie house yesterday, they thought Brian was inside. He was here at one point because he drove the white car, that Gabby's car, back to his parents' house, and then police took the car. They searched it for evidence. So yeah, he was here at one time, but his parents are now saying he hasn't been at this house since Tuesday, and they don't know where he is.
Really quickly, Carley, when did the media scrum, that big presence on the lawn and around that house, begin?
Yeah. So yesterday, I would say that on Thursday, the media presence was a little bit lighter than Friday, and there were a lot of police up and down the street on Friday morning because and we were wondering if it was because of the Laundrie family and they were going to park in the driveway and go inside the house. It wasn't because of that. It was because of the media presence. And this is a neighborhood. I mean, the houses are close together, and they wanted to make sure that the neighbors could sort of live their normal lives. But around 6 o'clock, the crowd of protesters started to form, and then the media started to come. Even more media and protesters came when police went inside the Laundrie house. Everybody thought that it was because of Gabby. It was really because of
So
Brian.
you have a window here, is what I'm adding up here, between Tuesday and Thursday when Laundrie could have left that home, because otherwise that home has been under constant watch by police and media for several days now. All right, Carley, great reporting. Thank you so much. Go ahead.
You bet. Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, I was going to say, unless there is a exit out of the back,
Right.
because we can't see the back of the house. So how he got out of the house, well, you make such a good point, is to be determined. We don't know at this point.
Sounds like his family should know.
Yeah, a lot of unanswered questions that
Yeah.
people could answer if given the opportunity to, or if they took the opportunity. Carley, thank you so much. Appreciate it.